Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna have to work on and find which camera angle is best. Don't know if I like that. Don't like that for sure. Don't like that for sure. Let's try that. Okay. Turn this down a little bit. So, what to update you guys on? Made it through my first week of radiation. Overall, not terrible. I'm dealing with upset stomach, some nausea, diarrhea type stuff. I don't know if that's from the radiation or from something else. Who knows, but hoping that it'll subside over today, tomorrow, and I'll be good by Monday. I'm cutting back on the YouTube shorts. I don't like being on my phone as much during the day when I'm with my kids and family, so yeah, cutting back on the shorts. There probably won't be any shorts, maybe one short a week, like on Wednesdays or something. And then I'm still gonna do this, maybe mainly on the weekends, but maybe once or twice throughout the week. But usually I use the mornings to go hit the gym, go work out and stuff. So, but everything's been good overall. Anybody else who's sick, who has any sickness, any disease, whatever, keep fighting, research, listen to people, find your own methods, just don't give up. Again, find something, find some way to be positive, find a positive in it, depend on the Lord. That's what I do, and I'm working on it to try and depend more and more on Him and not just in my own abilities, or really my own abilities. That's one of my issues. I like to depend on myself more than depending on Him and thinking that I have the power, but it's the Lord that allows you to do the things that you want to do. So other than that, let's get into the game that I missed playing. Turn it up a little bit. Yep, let's do our best like always. And that's just a quote in a game that can be applied to anything in life. Do your best always, because you know your effort level. You know how you're doing. Okay. I think what I'll do some jobs first before heading out there. Let me see if I have any money. I think I have that Pekka scarf. Yeah, I think I have that Pekka scarf that could sell for a decent amount of money, but I think I was keeping that. 6 reviver seeds. I'm just keeping it just in case I have a mission for it. But okay, I'll just have to pass because we have 6 reviver seeds. So I think we'll be alright. I'm gonna go check the mission board. I'm gonna knock out one more set of missions and then we'll go to Mount Thunder. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna handle that. Alright, let's go. Anyways, I hope all of you have been well. For anyone who watches this, hope you're doing well. Keep working toward your goals. Don't ever stop. Don't let life get in the way. Because life isn't getting in the way for me. One thing I was talking to a friend yesterday, and one thing we talked about is the unseen suffering, the unseen crappy parts that are going on in someone's life that someone may not allude to, that may not announce, post on social media or talk about, but there are other people hurting out there or who are going through something, and do your best to keep that in mind at all times. You don't know, you just don't know what someone is really going through if you don't really know them, especially if they're not obviously sharing it with you if you don't know the person. And even if you're close with someone, that person may not even share what's going on with him as well, or her. So just try to keep that in mind whenever talking to someone, or if you get flustered real quick with somebody's attitude because their attitude's off today or something, just something to keep in mind. Oh boy. Turn this up. I'm not eating the gummies this time because I'm going to see how much they cost at Kangaskhan's. I don't remember if they're a decent amount of money or if they're zero. Oh man, thank you. Oh man, thank you so much. Okay, it's inevitable. Okay. So we got our Reviver Seed, so I don't have to spend 800 on it, so that's good. Heck yeah. Okay, these are all rescues. No peccaberry. I got an orange berry on me, so. Oh, it lights up the whole floor. That's okay. That's pretty cool. Luminous orb. Yeah, that's actually pretty darn cool. I was about to go to the next floor without doing the mission. Let's see, so what can I talk about? So while doing this cancer thing, I think I've already mentioned that I've chosen to follow Professor Seaford's research regarding being in ketosis and starving the cancer of glucose as much as possible, carbs, glucose, even though your body makes glutamine, but trying to starve that as well with, with the parasite drugs. So I've been, the past 2 Fridays, last Friday, not the one that just happened, but the Friday before that, and then the Friday before that, I had cheat days where I just ate in abundance, and I wouldn't say I went crazy on the carbs. I just ate out of my intermittent fasting window, and I found that the fasting window is good for me. Wrong way. Because I wake up with a good GKI and I go to sleep with a good GKI. So I'm going to sleep in that therapeutic range, and hopefully my body is just working on itself in its sleep, trying to get rid of the cancer cells. And there's a lot of good research on what fasting does for your health. Some may not be exactly accepted in the medical world, but from what I've read in books and in articles, there are benefits out there. So I'm doing intermittent fasting, eating between 7:30 to 1:30. Sometimes I'll do to 2:30. It depends, right? Because I don't want to starve myself. I'm still trying to get all of the adequate nutrition needed in the 6 hours. So if I have to eat until 2:30 or 3:30 because I have radiation scheduled for an hour and a half, then that's what I'll do. But in this book called Keto Fasting, what he talks about, what I've noticed as well is, I like blast seeds. Can I trade it with anything? No. Even orange berries are... Okay, well, use that. And go to... Oh my gosh. Thank you. Like, dude, thank you. Now we'll skip it. Okay, so we're talking about fasting. So eating before, being done before 3 hours of sleep. That's what this person was saying in his keto fasting book, is that as long as you're stopping before 3 hours of sleep, because you don't need your glucose going up right before you go to sleep. And that's when your body is preparing for rest. Any unneeded calories that you're putting in gets transferred into fat. But for me, I'm not really worried about the fat piece. Some people fast to break their sugar addiction or to get healthier in regards of losing weight or things like that. I am strictly doing it to help me with this fight on cancer. That is it. And I'm going to see it through all the way until we win, because we will win. I'm doing everything that I can do, and we will win. Finish up the radiation and wait 8 weeks for the clinical trial, and then we'll get surgery, and then for the rest of my life I'll have to be locked in nutritionally. Does that mean I'm not going to enjoy life? No, I'm going to have some cake. I'm going to do cookies. I'm going to do pastries. Not as much, not as frequent, but the life will still be enjoyed. Life will still be enjoyed. And just things will have to be taken in moderation. One thing I didn't know, though, I don't know if I said this in the last video, though, slack off is kind of serious. That I'll be getting scammed for the rest of my life to see if cancer comes back. I mean, I was naive and I was thinking, well, once I get the cancer cut out, then I don't have to deal with it anymore. But I didn't know that once you had it, there's a chance of you getting it again. Oh, yes. There's a chance of you getting it again. But we have to do everything in our ability to not get it. So eating well, exercising, watching what you're doing, eating well, watching what you're doing, and making sure you're not around toxic things to the best of your ability. and which is hard in today's day and age. But another thing in his book, he talks about when you're doing your fasting, it really helps you with cleaning out sickness that's in your visceral fat, some sickness that is stored in your body. So when you're fasting correctly, and then if you detox it correctly, you get it out of your body to reverse some of the effects that you've been feeling in this 21st century. So it's very interesting. I'll keep reading the book. I'll update whenever I can or whenever I want to. For people who are watching this on YouTube, my X account is Green Man Apple. If you go there, then my Reddit is linked. I started a little subgroup or a community, and I just post some research findings. Again, not medical advice, just things that I find interesting and that I want to apply to my life. Man, I can't believe I forgot. Okay, sick. Thank you. Whew, okay. Sit back for a second. Focusing on your posture changes. What I was doing. Alright, so we just did all of our missions. And then now I'm going to give Mount Thunder a whirl. It is 0702, and this Mount Thunder trip should take me to 0730 or we're past it. And again, that is my eating window for my intermittent fasting that I've been doing for this fight on cancer. You know, making sure my GKI is good in the morning, good at night, carbs are low, protein's high, fat's high. And then just exercising, you know. So for anyone struggling, I'm right there with you, and we can do this. We can keep going. Nothing's too hard. So this morning, yesterday after radiation, I went to this place called the fresh kitchen. And I got a bowl that had kale, cucumber, jalapenos, steak, and bacon bits, hard-boiled egg, and vegetable broth. And man, it was so good. So thankfully they had their nutrition facts, so I was able to keep my carbs low. I think all of that together was five carbs, and the vegetable broth just made it it made a soup basically, and it was so refreshing to have that. I haven't had soup in a long time, and it's kind of chilly where I'm at right now, so it was great. So I think what I'm gonna do for breakfast is I'm gonna do my fried eggs over the skillet, bacon, maybe make some beef, chop up a jalapeno, put that in a bowl, and pour some broth in it. Because I bought some broth yesterday, and that sounds so good. Getting hungry. Eat something when you get hungry. While you're exploring a dungeon, you will get progressively hungry. Your belly goes down. If you become famished, you will eventually lose HP and even faint. That's why you should eat something to fill your belly. You can always buy food at the Kekleon shop. Okay? Alright, throw seeds. Seeds can be thrown too. Seeds are usually meant to be eaten, but did you know they can also be thrown at other Pokemon to unlock their effects? Toss seeds you don't want to eat at foes. Throw good seeds at your friends. Don't be afraid to throw your seeds. Okay, so I collected the gummies. Let's see how much they sell for. They sell for nothing. Okay. Wait, I thought there was a place you could eat these gummies. I swear there was a place you could eat your gummies outside of the dungeon. What? Okay, maybe that was it. Let's see. Let's experiment. Okay, so the detail put into the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games where you get to see where they live and interact with them. Come on, that they took this all away in the future games. It was not a good move. Look at this detail. Come on. This is so cool. Man, this is too cool. And I think that's all I got. Well, I'll check South Plains just to give that a look too. Oh no, I just went there. Alright, we're good. Yeah, that is a forgotten art. Love it. Alright, so we got our gummies. me see if this guy has anything. Alright, so I don't have enough space, so what I'm gonna do is, before we go to Mount Thunder, 0709, I think I can still make it. We'll go to Tiny Woods, and we're gonna feast on these gummies, get some, maybe learn some new techniques, enjoy this OST. I might as well just clear it, besides wasting an orb. For any new viewers, just throwing it out there, I do not hold B to run fast and clear the dungeon. I use this for talk time or just for viewers to enjoy the OST and also work on my patience. Because there are times where I want to hit B and fly through the dungeon, but trying to learn some old life skills. Alright, cool. So now I will save, get our reviver seeds, and we're gonna take a crack at Mount Thunder, and then I'm gonna go cook my breakfast, and I can't wait. I think I'll take a picture of breakfast this morning and post it on my X, formerly known as Twitter. Nothing I want. Bullet seed would be so awesome. $6 grand though, man. Check out 6. Okay, whatever. I don't know if Kecleon shops will appear in this dungeon, so what I'll do is I'll just store my money here. And check the job board. Okay, good. And I'm gonna go talk to Wishcast because I don't remember what he talks about. Maybe he talks about telling the future. I will take on that challenge one day. Alright, guys. Now for the main course, Mount Thunder. Apple, apple, big apple, orange berries, peckberries, blast seeds, reviver seeds, warp seeds, warp seed, max elixir, escape orb, and radar. So, we're ready. And we're gonna get a new OST as well, baby. Okay, no games with Weedle. Poison Sting is not cool. This thing might have Guster pegged. Okay, that's alright. There's some good money in this dungeon. Sheesh. That's called loot box? Nice. I knew it. I knew it, I knew it. Oh my gosh, I forgot, dude. I think the Fury attack is pretty tough too. I can't remember. I think it would do a number on me though. So while I'm cooking, I'm also going to look up who created the OST for the Mystery Dungeon games, see if I can find them on X, formerly known as Twitter, and just say how much I appreciate the music you made, because it just sounds so cool. And what's funny is my younger brother, 5 years younger than me, he was more in tune with the music of games, and I was just more in tune with the storyline. But now that I'm older, I'm appreciating both, and it really is awesome. Some Electabuzz action. I think Pikachu used all of its quick attack already, so that is great. And I cannot remember if whenever you fight the boss, I don't think that your moves get reset I think if you're going with 0, I think you have 0, so that's awesome. Ampharos, nice to see you. Okay. So as team leader, yes, I can just turn it off. There we go. Save a move. Oh my, okay. Oh my gosh. I can't risk it. I do not want to use my... I don't want to use my Reviver Seed just yet. Okay. And I don't want to... I guess I'm going to use my Own Berry. Yes. The gravel rock has actually come in handy a little bit. For anyone watching who came to actually hear me talk about cancer and stuff, I did most of that at the beginning, but just for a refresher, I have a high-grade rhabdomyopleomorphic, or is it high-grade pleomorphic rhabdomyosarcoma in my left glute. And I have completed a week of radiation yesterday. And I'm doing everything I can on the outside, paired with radiation. So I follow this guy named Professor Seafrid, and him and his team have proven that cancer feeds off of glucose. That's their main source. So carbs turn into glucose whenever it goes into your body. So I've been doing my best to follow the ketogenic diet, a diet/lifestyle that our ancestors without a doubt had, whether you believe that or not, but it is true that they did not eat as much, and they did not eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They didn't have breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. On top of that, they had to work for their food a lot more than we do nowadays. So a lot of the time they were fasting, so I paired intermittent fasting with what I've been doing, and it's helped get my levels where I need to be, because he says that you need to be in a therapeutic range of ketosis, so that's around 3 to 1. I'm in that range. I eat from 7:30 to 1:30, and that's the summary. That's the summary. It is crazy to think about how our ancestors used to function, how they used to go about things. And I was talking about that with someone, and they said, well, our ancestors only lived to be like 30 years old. Okay, true. Very true. You know, paired with that, they were also outside majority of the time, hunting, gathering, doing things that were way more dangerous and that put their life in jeopardy. And on top of that, they didn't have modern day science. Now, I'm no fool, and I always will say this. I do believe in human medicine. I truly do. I also believe that the human body is also very powerful, and there are things that we can do to help fight and aid in our sickness, our diseases, that we play a part too. It's not just purely drugs or purely machinery that we should rely on. We can't forget how powerful our body is and the things that it is capable of. And I feel like we've forgotten that. I've forgotten that. And we gotta, I'm not giving out medical advice. I gotta bring that back and see for myself. So, and that's what I'm doing. I'm pairing the ketosis, intermittent fasting, with radiation, and we'll see. Oh, there we go. That's why I got a big apple. And we will see the effects, right? And with everything that I'm doing, plus the radiation, you know, I'm not really gonna know if it's the radiation doing the work. I'm not gonna know if it's the ketosis doing the work. And I'm gonna hope and pray that it is. I'm gonna hope and pray that both are in unison and that I'm getting great effects, that the tumor's getting smaller. I mean, because who doesn't want good results in the end with what they do? Who doesn't want that? You know, if anything, like, things, in my opinion, things should be tested safely. Just to see how your body reacts. And when I say safely, it's like micro doses or trying just a little bit in this area. So, you know, diet change. You know, if you have some issue metabolically, then changing your diet would help you. And that's just a fact. And you don't even have to go full-fledged into it. Just, you know, cut back on a soda, cut back on a couple candy bars, cut back on pastries, go exercise a little bit more. You know, one thing that every doctor has said that no one can deny is that if you are in better shape, you will potentially live longer, you will potentially have a better life, and you will potentially help your fight. Now, this is about cancer. You'll potentially help your fight with cancer if you are in better shape. That is something that they have all said. So no one can come at me and say, no, we don't need to be exercising hard, or we shouldn't be pushing ourselves out. We're doing this. You should be pushing yourself hard and developing that temple and doing your best to just do your best. To do your best in all facets of life. You know, eat better, drink better, work out. And listen to your doctor, and listen to yourself. We got phones now, we got research. There's a lot of things we can do on our own, and then also help aid with whatever your doctor, whatever you're prescribed to do. Again, humble opinions. Oh snap, we're getting closer. It's 07:33, so I'm gonna have to knock this out and then get ready to cook, because I do feel hungry. And something I've been working on is not just giving, because since I'm doing the fasting, not just giving straight into hunger, you know, not thinking, oh, I feel a little hunger pain, so let's eat, but just staying in that mode. Just, okay, am I really hungry, or am I just bored? Do I really need to eat right now? Yeah, I mean, okay. So everything does get no. No, we went through Mount Peak. Yes. Let's go. That was a good executed plan right there. Whew, okay. That is it, guys. We completed our goal of getting to Mount Thunder. It is 07:39. Yeah, I'm about to cut off. Like I say every video, everyone keep fighting, no matter what you're going through, no matter disease, sickness, job, work, relationship. Find a way to keep fighting, find the positive in something, do the best you can. And that's it. Thank you all for coming by. You all have a great day.